Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another speed build. I'm building the Normandy this time. So my name is CaptainShack. I've been covering space engineers for a little while now, doing these speed builds and kind of asking the community to join me in building some awesome stuff. And I've gotten some really good submissions that I'm gonna make into like a letter to the devs showing kind of what their engine's been able to do, and maybe they'll use it for a trailer or something. And I just love seeing what you guys come up with. So I'm building the Normandy. And I had to cut out a bit of this build because it's so long. I mean, I haven't put up a video on this in about 2 days because it took me a good 4 hours to do this. I've already got the frame down in the video so far. It took me a while to build, and I build these. I don't plan them out. I kind of just go for it and see what I can come up with, and I try to do them fairly quickly. And they've been interesting. I did an X-Wing before, that's over on, that's up on TGN. I did a Slave 1 Boba Fett's ship, really cool ship. I fought with the front end of this thing forever. This one was the most voted on ship for me to make, and it's like people want me to build these really difficult ones. Like, oh, Star Destroyer came up a couple of times. I figured that would be fairly easy, but the Normandy, I'm building with blocks, and it's completely rounded off. It's a very sloping hull where you've got the kind of the fatter back end, and then it slopes slowly forward. Well, how do you do that in a game built with blocks with, very specific angles you can't really chain to them? So this is my best representation of that. I think it came out pretty good. Messed with the front end, tried to get that slope down, which was a real pain. If you're unaware, Space Engineers is a very Minecraft-esque, there I'm building with ramps, actually, trying to see if I can get the slope a little smoother. I don't believe I ended up using those, but Space Engineers is a game where you build spaceships. It's kind of like early Minecraft. It's early alpha on Steam for $14.99 right now. And they've got a lot of features promised. Right now they're working on multiplayer. That's always the big question in every one of these videos. Oh, does it have multiplayer? At the moment, no, but it's priority for the devs and it's on the way. So there I go. I've redesigned the front end again, trying to get that curve. There I go. I'm trying to use these ramps, which, it's a better slope, but not really something that I could use. But it's a big build. This is the first capital ship, even though this I would say is like a big cruiser, not really like a dreadnought or anything. It's a fairly large ship though, compared to the X-Wing that I built. I did see one of the people that sent me their build. They built a shuttle, the Normandy's little shuttle from Mass Effect 3. I don't remember if it was in 2 or not, but it was Mass Effect 3, the blue shuttle that the Marine dude crashes. What's his name, James? It's been a while since I played that one, but yeah, he built it and it came out really, really well. And I was like, wow, the Normandy would be badass. So I was already kind of thinking about it. Yeah, okay, so here I am thinking, can I build it out of small blocks maybe? Because I wasn't liking the slope, but I eventually said no. Small blocks aren't gonna work. I won't be able to have the crew stations. I won't be able to have the big engines and all the bits that I really want to use. So let's stick with the big blocks. And I decided to take a break on the front end, start working on the wings. I think the best part about this build was the wings. Once I started building those, because I wasn't happy with this in the least, until I started working on those kind of sloping wings that it has. And that's when it started to really look like the ship, at least in my opinion. I'm sure you guys can come up with a way better version of the Normandy than my version, and I would love to see it. So make sure you guys send me that. The email address is down below. One of the big things was build a Star Destroyer, somebody said. I'm thinking about that might be one of my next big builds, but I think I want to go small again. I want to work on some fighters. Maybe a Y-Wing. Some people mentioned Y-Wings. That would be kind of a cool build. See what I can do with the engines and make those, the nacelles that come off of it. So that one could be cool. So yeah, I got the wing down. I didn't work on the right wing till very last. I'm trying to build like the hull up and get that slope down. Now there's this like radar dish in the back of the ship that was really easy to make, actually. That was probably the easiest part of the whole ship, because it is just this straight back. I used a lot of corner pieces to get it done. This classic kind of radar dish. And I even installed a radio tower that you can build in this. I don't know if I've shown this. I did cut out some of it. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do with that. Like, what does that actually do in the game? I've cut ahead here where I've already built some of the wings, and I had to keep referencing the left wing to build the right wing, adding engines. Then I made a pretty massive mistake when I was building this. See, if you look at the Normandy's picture, it's got, if you're looking at this left wing, it's got the main portion of the wing and then like a sub portion. Well, while I was building and designing that bottom portion of the wing, I detached it from the hull of the ship. Now, once a piece is detached, you can't like grab it and re-weld it back on. It's just floating in space, but I hadn't realized I detached it because it still looks like it's touching until I tried to fly the thing and I flew away from the wing. It was just in there floating in space. So I had to go back and like fly the ship away from it and then rebuild it based on the original piece, which was just floating in space. There I am messing with the front end again. It was a big fiasco. I threw some engines on both of the wings, and then I filled the bottom with sideways thrusters and backwards thrusters. All right, guys, well, here is the internals of the ship. Keep in mind, this was kind of a quick build. I still want to flush this out some more. I think I could have made more decks. This is in real time now. Before you were watching me build it at 800% the normal speed. And there she is. You can actually see the copy of the engine there. I think she came out pretty good. She's fairly maneuverable compared to, I mean, nothing compared to the fighters, but she's not bad, especially for her size. The engines, you know, they're all there on the bottom. She's got a lot of forward thrust. It could use a little more power. I think I'm gonna redo the reactor, where I have all the reactors and how many reactors I have. But, you know, for Normandy, a very rounded ship, I think she came out pretty well. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? How does it look? Can you do better? I'd love to see it. Shoot me a message at the email address down below, or just a private message on YouTube. I'm over at the XP Gamers. That's my channel where we support the modding community. If you guys have more content, please send it over my way. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe here to TGN for more gaming goodness, and as always, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.